All right, it's time to price check around the links here with RotoWire's Lynn Hochberg. We got Geoff Ulrich, DraftKings contributor here. Let's preview the best DFS plays in the following price ranges for the Memorial Tournament. We got 5 dudes north of 10K this week. Rahm, Rory, Cantlay, Morikawa, and Schauffele. Who is your favorite play in this price range, Len?
Hello to you, Geoff, and to
Hello.
Emerson. And I just want to stay right up top that I've been deputized by Reed Fowler to make sure no shenanigans go on this week. So that said, here we go. And congrats to Reed. Patrick Cantlay won last year when Jon Rahm had to withdraw. Patrick Cantlay playing pretty well this year. He beat Colin Morikawa in a playoff. Morikawa not playing so well this year. You know, the big story this year is Rahm and redemption and unfinished business and all that. But he just is not playing as well as he was last year. Last year at this time, he was winning the Memorial by 6 shots, went on to win the U.S. Open, probably the best month of his career. I'm going to go with Rory McIlroy, who was having a pretty good spring, 2nd at the Masters, 8th at the PGA. Yeah, he's not winning, 5th at the Wells Fargo. He's played pretty well here through the years. I think he's playing better than anyone, and this course is a pretty good fit for him.
Yeah, tough to argue against Rory right now, Geoff.
It is. It's hard to make a case against him, like for Cantlay or Rahm, even though Cantlay and Rahm obviously have just tremendous course history. You have to factor in recent form, though, and Rory's just been so much more consistent than each of those players. Still mashing off the tee. If his around the green game just takes a tick up this week, you've got to think he's probably going to get himself like really in contention, if not finally break through for that win. I think my favorite play, though, is probably Xander Schauffele at 10-2 for the simple fact that, again, we're talking about DFS. We have to factor in salary here. Schauffele's been almost as consistent as Rory, quite frankly. He just hasn't got as many accolades because Rory has been there on Sundays looking so close in majors. And then he just gets the spotlight thrown on him. Schauffele's been really, really consistent, playing good through all facets of the game. And at 10-2, he's just easier to fit in your lineups than Rory. So I do like Schauffele as a starting point. Now, you can make like double 10K stacks here this week. We've got a 120-man field. I think the players in the 6K range, more viable, more playable than usual, especially on a tougher course. If they make the cut, it's going to be good for those lineups. But for me, it's Rory and Xander just slightly better for me just based off the price alone.
Yeah, and his game is definitely looking like it's on the way up after not looking like after not kind of looking like himself for a lot of the
I think even
the
Reed would say Xander Schauffele is a good play this week. Like, I don't even think he would have made fun of me for bringing up Xander. So let's put it that way.
Do not put words into Reed Fowler's mouth, okay? Let's go between $9,000 and 10K here. So who's the best play in this $9,000 range, Geoff?
Yeah, again, I mean, like lots of value in the lower 9K range. I mean, Shane Lowry sticks out kind of like a sore thumb. Matthew Fitzpatrick continues to gain a million strokes around the green and putting every week and just bail people out with like these top 10s. You have to give those guys respect. I still think the best upside play for the price is Viktor Hovland at 9,300. We know the around the green game can get him. This is a tough green complexes this week, but Hovland, gained strokes everywhere except around the green last week. His putter looked confident. He's finished 3rd at Muirfield Village back in the workday of 2020. I really have no reason to think like that we shouldn't be taking an elite tee to green player on this course like Viktor Hovland. We've seen him compete really well at Bay Hill and Riviera this year, top 5s at both those courses. I think those are very comparable setups to what we get at Muirfield every year. So 9,300 to me on Viktor Hovland. When he's cheaper than Zalatoris, you kind of just got to play him, in my opinion. So I'm kind of buying in on Viktor Hovland this week. At 9,300 to me, just looks like the best upside of that low 9K range.
Who's got the best upside in this range to you, Len?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Geoff said there. Viktor Hovland, very favorably priced. I have not been on him in the majors because of the chipping woes, but I do like him a lot better this week. Shane Lowry, I like every week, and I do like him this week. But my favorite play in the 9s is Will Zalatoris, who a lot of people might think should be in the 10s. He's not even in the upper 9s. He's 9,400, first on tour, strokes gained, tee to green, 3rd in approach. Yes, he missed the cut last week at the Colonial. That was probably a good thing. That's not his specialty. The shorter, more technical tracks, these longer, harder tracks is really where he does his best work. And I was actually very surprised to see only 9,400. That's a green light for me.
Yeah, he's played his best too at these biggest events. So, wouldn't be a shocker to see his breakthrough victory come at Jack's place. How about between 8K and 9K? Who's your dude, Len?
Yeah, Cameron Young, we cannot kick him off the podium. 3-2-3, his last 3 starts, like him a lot. He's priced more than Max Homa, which is a mild surprise for me. Homa is my pick at 8,700. Homa leads the tour in par 5 scoring from 550 to 600 yards. That's a very important indicator for me this week. The 4 par 5s are all under 590 yards, all gettable. That's where you're going to have to do most of your scoring, and he's the absolute best on tour in that range. Starting to play better in other places other than just winning. And again, like Zalatoris, longer, harder tracks, his specialty.
Yeah, and in this year alone, he's got 7 top 15s. And Geoff, in his 3rd trip to Muirfield Village last year, he placed T6.
This whole range is just chock full of guys who just seem like, they could pop this week. Obviously, we've seen Cameron Young just every week, but Max Homa, as Len alluded to, he's just a great fit for these courses. His wins have come at Quail Hollow, Riviera, and then another tougher course in TPC Potomac. Muirfield Village just fits so nicely with the round of courses that he's had success on, and he's playing really good, a super confident guy. But you've got Joaquin Niemann at 8,300, who's mispriced. You can make a case for anyone in this range. I'm going to make the case for Sungjae this week. Sungjae is absolutely my favorite play. He's 8,900, which I think is good for GPPs because all these other players are less expensive than him. It's going to be hard for a lot of players to just click on Sungjae when you can get Homa for better value, when you could take a shot with Niemann. You could even go a GPP route and pivot to Daniel Berger. But Sungjae at 8,900 is really playing just as good, if not better, than a lot of these guys. His around the green game is gaining him multiple strokes every week. His ball striking the last 2 times out he's gained over 5 strokes off the tee and on approach. These are the kind of stats you need at a place like Muirfield. We're just waiting for the putter to get hot. And when it does, I think Sungjae is going to be there for a top 5. He's won on a Jack Nicklaus, redesign at the Honda Classic already. I know the course history with Sungjae isn't there, but he can certainly handle these longer, tougher golf courses like Augusta National, where he's top 10 twice over the last 3 years. So Sungjae, to me, the guy in the 8K range, I want to go overweight on the most. But man, this is a really interesting range this week. Multiple different ways you could go.
What about under 8K? You got some value, Geoff?
Yeah, there's a really big drop off once you get under 7,500 this week. It's precipitous. The low 7K range, it's like a dead zone. You shouldn't dabble there too much. Yeah, you'll get some low ownership on guys, but I'm just not sure what the payoff is going to be. So, when we're looking, I think that the real sort of upside sort of with value comes in the mid 7K range. I'm going to make a case for Jason Day here at 7,600. We're not paying that much for Jason Day this week, and that's good. And, the risk is there. We all know what the risk is with this guy, but we have to give him some credit too. He's made 3 straight cuts in a row. He got himself in contention 3 starts ago at the Wells Fargo on another tough golf course where he gained a bunch of strokes. And the around the green and putting is back. He's just looking slightly more confident with each start. And if that swing starts to groove a little bit, you will see him pop up. So again, we need to consider not only consistency, but also upside. And I think when you look at this range, Jason Day brings as much upside as anyone, between 7,500 and 7,900. So that's kind of where I want to go. He's got more risks than guys like Reed or even Kuchar, obviously, but I think the upside with Jason Day is going to start to flash as we head into the summer.
Len, I'm seeing Chris Kirk there, $7,700. And we know a couple key stats this week: strokes gained, tee to green, strokes gained around the green. This season, he ranks 8th in both.
Yeah, I like Chris Kirk every week, and I do like him again. It just seems like if you pick him every week, he just can't play well every week, and he hasn't. So, I do like him, and I think I will have him in some lineups. Also at 7,700 is Adam Scott. Not the player he used to be, but still plays this course very well. He's only missed 1 cut through the years. I think he was top 20 last year. He was second as recently as 2019 when Cantlay won. Alex Noren, very close to returning to the top 50 in the world. He's played this course only 3 times, but the last 3 years, he was 13th last year. Very good numbers in the long par fours, 450 to 500 yards. That's a key stat for me this week. And yeah, I'm with Geoff. I found very little to like in the 7,500 to 7,000 range. I'll just throw a couple of guys in the sixes who I think will make the cut, have made a lot of cuts here. I don't know about a high finish. Brendan Steele at 6,600, Lucas Glover at 6,500.
All right, guys, who's going to be the winner in Dublin, Ohio this week, Len?
Yeah, he's the best player who has not won on the PGA Tour. It's Will Zalatoris. He came close at the PGA. He just, is just complete player. And when, the putting is not there. Well, he's not a complete player. The putting is not there. But when you hit the ball to 3 feet, and this is a pro tip, everybody should listen to this. Anyone who wants to improve at golf, when you hit the ball to 3 feet, your putting will improve. Will Zalatoris, not only that, $9,400. He'll fit in so many lineups. He's like 30 to 1. There are 11 guys ahead of him on the sports book. The price is fantastic.
Geoff, who's the man who's going to win this thing?
Yeah, I'm going to go similar type of range. I'm going to go Sungjae M. Again, I mean, Sungjae's game just looks like really complete right now. And we know that he can sort of turn it on with the putter as well. Again, good record at Jack Nicklaus Designs. So I'll go Sungjae M. This event has given us like lots of sort of those that just slightly down from the top range winners, Bryson and Cantlay when they won in 2018, 2019. So I'll go Sungjae.